Hi, Tiger Nation, and welcome once again to Keeping Your Eyes on the Tigers. This season has been full of uncertainties. When this season started, we was wondering, who were these fellas that we had on the team this year? This team lost a lot of their key players from last year. And then we were getting ready to go into a new conference. So, we were uncertain. We had a lot of uncertainties about this team. How would they do in this big league? They were going to the Big East. That's what it was going to be at that time. But, before the season could start, their uncertainties came up again. The conference changed. The Big East took their little name. All of the Catholic schools that was in the Big East conference took their little selves together, and they went off and took the Big East name as well. So we were trying to figure out, who was going to be playing in the conference. What was the conference name going to be? So it was a lot of uncertainties that was going on at the beginning of the season. But the season went on and started anyway. Then, just as we got started off into this season, we had a big loss against Oklahoma State. The question was coming about then, are these boys going to be able to, are they going to be able to play with the big boys? We've been playing, we played for the last 5 years or so in Conference USA. We dominated that conference. So, this was a new conference. This was the Big East, or what was left over from the Big East Conference. They had big teams, Temple and Rutgers, and these are teams that have had well-known names. Cincinnati and Louisville, and the main one, which was UConn. We had those big names. So, we had lost to Old Spice. So, we were wondering again. Are these boys going to be able to dance with the big boys? But then came along, the Old Spice tournament came along, and we was playing in it, and we won. We were winning. We beat Nicholls State. We beat Siena. We beat LSU. And then here we go again. We get a chance to redeem ourselves against Oklahoma State, and would you know it, we beat them. We absolutely just beat these old boys. So the season was looking pretty good. We had some more wins in there and everything, and then all of a sudden we had to play up against Florida. And I think at that time Florida may have been ranked number 4, number 5. In the NCAA poll, in the AP poll, and also in the ESPN poll. So we know that they were going to be a team that was going to need to be reckoned with. But we lost that game. But as they would always say, that was a good loss. Some losses is just bad losses, and some losses are good losses. And we lost that game, but we fought Florida all the way down to the buzzer, and Joe had an opportunity to win, but he missed the shot, which would have took us into. No, we would have won the game if Joe had hit that shot. But there was uncertainty again coming up after that game. Still the same thing came along. Who were these boys, and could they really hang with the big boys. And then, you know, the season went on, and you know, then we had another uncertainty to come about. We went into a slump. We couldn't buy a bucket. You know, every time everybody we played, we had to struggle with them. You know, we couldn't buy a bucket, and it was just awful. You know, we were wondering, was this full senior guard lineup that coach had, was it going to really work? You know, but you know, through it all, we went on and fought through, and we were winning. But then conference started, and we ran into Cincinnati, and quite naturally, you know, they lost to Cincinnati, so there was some uncertainties there, you know. But all of a sudden, right behind Cincinnati, we had to play Louisville. And man, we kicked Louisville's butt on Louisville's floor. So, you know, this season has been it's been an up and down, you know. We would lose one, but yet we would win one, you know. And then we went on the road. Now, we always had a good we had a good winning record that was for road games this year. You know, we were winning a lot of games on the road. But the problem that we were having was that Cincinnati game that we lost at home, it broke a record. We had one of the longest home flow winning records as it was. You know, but we lost that game. We won Louisville. Then we came back again, and we had to play UConn at home. And we lost to UConn on our own floor again. So, you know, we were wondering, what's up? You know, we don't know. You know, the team was up one time. They came by a bucket, you know. We wondering if coach is really coaching or whatever. And then here we go again, back on the road again. You know, we had started winning, we had started another winning streak all along, but then we had to go to SMU. Now here is SMU, a team that has really never been too much of nothing. You know, you would expect for us to just run on down there in Dallas and run all over MSU. But MSU, how would you know? MSU kicked our butt. You know, if you can remember back when I was talking, I said, you know, Coach got out coached by a two-time Hall of Fame coach. So, well, you know, he got our coach, but the coach at SMU, you know, he's got a winning record, so that's the reason why he's a Hall of Famer in the NBA and college ranks. But you know, February rolled around and uncertainties came up again. You know, it was just full. I mean, you know, it was up and down. It was down and up. You know. We went down to we played UCF here at home, and we barely beat them here on our own floor. And then we played Rutgers and we played Temple, and we barely beat them. I mean, Temple took us all the way into overtime. So now, you know, it has just been a full season of uncertainties. You know, we just couldn't figure out what was really going on. Was the coach doing in it? You know, was the coach really up for really coaching? You know, was this full guard lineup that was supposed to have been so detrimental? Was it really working? You know, it was just a whole bunch of questions that was coming up for this season. But you know, if there's one good thing that I can say about this season, you know, we beat Louisville twice. We beat them on their own home floor, and we beat them here. And this was going to be our last time being able to play Louisville in a conference setting. They're going to the ACC conference, I believe that's what it is. So this is our last time playing them. But you know, that was the good part. But then on the other hand, our other arch rivals that we had, which was Cincinnati, we lost to them twice. You know, so this year has just been, it's been up and down, up and down. It's been full of uncertainties. You know, we've had a big problem with turnovers. Popping fresh just keep popping up, you know, at all our games. You know, we went through a streak, and the streak still ain't too far over with, because Saturday's game kind of showed out. It showed up a little bit of bad shooting. I haven't been pleased with our defense. I'd say our defense has been not what it should be. And coach, well, you know, he's had his ups and downs as well, as far as I'm concerned. But you know, a young coach, 31 years old. This is his first year. You know, this is his 5th season, so he's still in a learning period too. But you know, this has been a hell of a season, you know. But you know, we just got, you know, we got to look at it. We've had some big wins. We beat Oklahoma State, and as I said, we'll beat Louisville. You know, we've got a chance to see our future players. You know, Nicholas is going to be great, I hope. You know, I've seen some of our players come in their freshman year, and then they turn around in the next year. They're not as dominant as they was the year before. You know, so I'm hoping that Nicholas will get some weight on him in the off season, and he come back, cause the boy got good hands. He can shoot good too, so he's real good up under the boat, you know. And then there's Nick King. You know, Nick King Nick King looks good. Nick King is going to be great, you know. So these are some of the upper parts of the upper looking of this season. You know, we've got some good players that's coming up. We've got Iverson, the big boy, I can't call his name right now. He's going to be good with some more working, on, you know. But you know, one of the other good things is we have been ranked in the top 25 all this season, so that's a good thing too. We've had our ups and downs and ups, but we have not dropped below 25, so that's good. You know, so far, I hope. You know, I don't know. I got to see what the poll gonna look like tomorrow, after we had that loss to Cincinnati on Thursday, which we lost 97-84. That was a ranked team, but then we come back and we beat a ranked team when we beat SMU. We beat them yesterday, 67-58. So. You know, this season has just been, this season is over with. It's conference time now. So, you know, uncertainties are there again. You know, Thursday we are playing UConn at 8 o'clock. Now, looking at UConn this season, UConn has been real weak to me. I don't know how we lost to UConn, but we did. But you know, as they say, sometimes the third time is the charm. So you know, I was listening to Joe talk after this game yesterday was over with, and he was saying, well, you know, he just wanted to thank God for giving him the strength to change his game and really focus on winning that game yesterday, because against SMU, they started out. They had 11 turnovers in the first half. So you know, they came out. They played a sloppy, lousy first half, but they came about and they really cut up that second half and really pulled that game on out. But we got to play UConn Thursday. The conference starts Wednesday, and it's just going to be. This is going to be an awesome tournament. But you know, we just got to stay focused, and as Joe said, you know, we got to pray for him. And you know, Joe did show up in the second half yesterday. If you remember back here, I think about 2 videos back, I had said that you know, maybe we would win if we left Joe Jackson at home. Well, they didn't leave Joe at home when we played Cincinnati, and we lost. Joe just didn't show up, and he didn't show out either. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this tournament Thursday night, and I'm really looking at the Tigers going all the way. They could be the Cinderella team in this conference that I'm really hoping that they will be. But you know, as I say, I'm still going to be one of the Memphis Tigers' #1 fans. You know, and I'm going to always bleed Tiger blue. And I will see you after the game. I believe the championship is going to be Saturday. I don't have the time on there, but you can check your local listings and everything. And let's just keep the Tigers lifted up, and I'll see you later. Bye now.